In today's Philidor chess video, we win a pawn early against our opponent, we defend against their attack, and we play a crazy sacrifice at the endgame that allows us to win lots and lots of material, or perhaps even checkmate. Another day, another Philidor. E4, D6, knight f6, knight bd7. You guys know the drill. We attack that e4 pawn and we try to win this e4 pawn no matter how hard it takes. Our opponent defends pretty good. Our opponent is a 1650 rated player. This is around, I think, an average decent chess player is around this level where people stop making really a lot of mistakes. And really, it's up to you guys to basically, you need to outplay your opponent at this level. They won't really make the common mistakes that you usually see. Now our opponent plays this move over here. I don't usually see this move, and I think there's a reason why I don't see this move. I think it's because I can take the free e4 pawn, and I was just speaking about people not really making mistakes at this point, but to me, this definitely seems like a mistake. Now, this move looks strong, but can I not just play f5 to protect my pawn? Pretty sure I can. So I'm just going to play f5 here. I'm going to protect my knight in this position. And I'm just going to say, hey, you're not kicking my knight away. You're not doing it. So please go away. And so if my opponent moves the knight back, I'm probably just going to pin them. And then if they don't go back, then I'm just going to play like bishop d6. Or I could play c6, kick the knight away, and then play bishop b4. And play queen f6. Basically just defend my pawn in this position over here. So my opponent's thinking here in this position, smart. You should always think about your moves. If you don't, you can make a lot of common mistakes early on. To be fair, I've never seen knight to d5 before. And one thing I would do to improve after this is I will just make sure f5 is the best move in case I do approach this in the future. Because again, it's something I don't know. And if I don't know something, I always try to review and make sure I can understand for next time. And make sure I don't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. So, opponent plays bishop d2, which is fine. I'm going to just play bishop d6. I'm going to take the bishop. So yeah, I'm going to play bishop d6. I'm going to take the bishop pair. If my opponent gives me the bishop pair, I'm going to be happy to take it. Bishop pair is always good. And then we're just going to castle kingside here. Maybe I should have taken the bishop first so I don't allow rook captures. But I'm not sure if it even matters in this position. Not too sure if it matters. So I let him capture this way. I'm going to castle kingside. He captures with the queen. Okay, that's fine. He plays king over there. Not sure why he did that. And let's just play knight b6. Let's just trade off the pieces. Oh, oops. Knight b6 would have been a mistake. A pretty costly mistake, actually, too. So make sure you don't make these mistakes in your games. The reason why knight b6 is a mistake is very simply, if they take, we take, they can take over here. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty bad for me. Is it? Maybe I have something on the h file? Don't think so. So yeah, I'm not going to play knight b6, though knight b6 is a common move I would play in this position because it makes sure things are safe. But because my opponent didn't do that, I'm just going to move my queen to e8. Queen to e8 allows bishop b5. Is that annoying? Queen here. Take my knight. Doesn't really do much. I'm just going to play queen e8. It just sidesteps a lot of the problems I might have in the future that I don't want to deal with. And then it also allows me to play moves like knight b6, which is the move that I want to play in this position. Okay, he plays bishop c4. Makes sense. He's trying to do some like discovery attack against me, so I'm not going to say no. No discovery attack for you, my friend. And still, I'm just trying to untangle my pieces in this position, and this is something that's very common in the Philidor, where you just try to untangle. Once you win material, it's important for you to figure out a way to get your material out, because right now these pieces are not out. They're the opposite of out in this position, and because of that, I want to find a way to get them out, because if I don't ever get them out, that's going to be a problem for me for a very long time. So knight b6, then he plays takes. I play pawn e4. He moves the knight. Is that fine for me? It looks fine. Knight g5 might be a little bit annoying. Knight b6 looks fine. I'm going to play knight b6. I just want to trade off the pieces here. If he captures me, it's a plus because it opens up the a file for my rook. So my rook actually becomes active in that position over here. So this is fine. In this position, I don't see anything wrong here. I am still up a pawn here, which is very good for me. And I don't have too many weaknesses in this position, to be honest, to be worried about. The opponent plays bishop b3, and I don't like this move too much from my opponent. It kind of just lets me just play bishop e6 and lets me trade off even more. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So bishop e6, can you do an in-between move, knight takes e5? No. So I'm going to play bishop e6. I'm just going to trade. Simple move. Just trade off the pieces. We're going to have a good game here. So we're going to trade. He's gonna take me. If he allows me to take him, he does open up the A file. His king gets a little bit weaker, but if he takes me, then I attack his A2 pawn. Kind of is a lose-lose situation here. So he plays this move. It's kind of just a cheapo. It's just attacking my knight, but it's not like I wasn't gonna take him. I'm gonna take him here, which is fine for me. I'm very happy about this. And well, depending on what my opponent plays, I'm gonna play something different. So I take care. Maybe he plays this. Boom! Queen to h3, threatened mate. No, my opponent doesn't go for that. Let's go for queen over here. Maybe we can set up some discovery attack against this knight over here. Yeah, let's do it. Looks pretty cool. And then, does discovery do anything? I don't think so. Okay, he plays h6. I'm just h4. I'm just gonna play h6. No harm, no foul. This even creates a little bit of an escape score for my king here in the future, so that if he tries to back rank mate me, I actually have an escape square here, which is good. Now I can take here. Knight takes, queen check. Does that work? Knight back. Doesn't seem to do much for me. Maybe I just attack his knight, tell the knight to go away. Tell the knight to go away, then take on g2. Knight goes to d4. He gets, oh no, but then he gets this. This is not a good. I cannot give him the open g file. Pause. It's lesson time. Do you see that g pawn? How many guys would have taken that g pawn? If you would have, don't do it in your own chess games. That's called a poison pawn, and you don't want to deal with poison pawns, because taking these pawns always leads to disaster. Disaster. You want disasters to happen in your chess games? Probably not. And so because you don't want disasters to happen in your chess games, don't take these poisoned pawns. Alright, lesson done for today. Taking the g pawn is something that's very suspicious. I'm always concerned whenever I take this pawn because there's this open file against me, and in this open file, it can collapse a position. So you got to be careful before you play these moves. And by the way, if I even take that, he could just play with this right away because I realize his knight's not even being attacked here. So in this position, I think, do I just double up here? Do I just take? Do I be greedy? Take? Take? No, I don't think we be greedy. I think we just defend here. Just defend the pawn here. You might say, why with this rook? This rook maybe has an important job here. Not too sure. Protecting the f pawn. Okay, our opponent plays this move. It was expected. He wanted to protect his piece. But it allows me to play this f4 check to win this now. F4 check. You know what? Now it seems pretty good. I'm going to do it. If he wants to trade off queens, I'm always down to trade off queens because I trade off queen, then take on here. There's a discovery attack against the knight. Let's take this pawn over here. If he captures back, I capture back. He doesn't have time for rook g1 because I can take the knight here. So my opponent plays this. I'm going to take here. Is there an in-between move? Ooh, there might be. Knight takes e5. No, it doesn't work because I can just take on e5. So let's take here. Let's attack this poor knight over here. I'm threatening this knight. He better go defend it. And then maybe I get pawn e4. Pawn e4, then rook g1. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, but then I have this crazy rook takes f3. Because if he takes my queen, I take here, and that's back rank mate. That's pretty cool. And if he moves the knight anywhere, then I just trade queens, and I'm just winning because I'm up 10,000 material here. So I want him to do this. I want him to play this variation. Rook here, and then I can play here, and if he plays rook g1, which looks great because of the skewer, I play this in between, move rook takes over here. That looks really cool. That looks actually really cool, and I hope that my opponent does this, because if he does this, it'll be pretty decent for me. I will be quite happy in this position. So, please play rook d2 f1. Let me play e4, so it looks like you have this cool move. Oh, he's doing it. I'm going to play pawn e4. Yeah, I'm going to play pawn e4. Wait, let's make sure. Pawn e4. What if he just captures here? Oh, no, then I just take here, and that's mate. Okay, I'm going to play pawn e4. Looks like I'm losing due to rook fg1. And then he plays it. Rook takes on f3. crazy move. And the idea is the rooks are protecting each other. So no matter which one he takes, I can take the other one. So hopefully he lets me do this. It's actually a crazy sacrifice here in this position in the Philidor. Crazy queen sack, crazy tactic. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys saw this tactic. I think this is an incredible tactic in this position. Um, and I think my opponent's doomed now. Now, who knows? Maybe afterwards we do a game analysis and maybe this was the biggest blunder in existence. But in a real chess game, when you play in those long tournaments, an hour, 30-minute tournaments, you would obviously calculate here, but my preliminary calculations show that this is pretty decent here. So I'm not too concerned. I'm pretty happy about this move over here. So my opponent's thinking here, and he's probably in awe as well. I mean, he's probably just in awe as me. I know in my Philidor series so far, I haven't won any like super cool tactical chess games, big explosion chess games, high dopamine, high adrenaline, but this is the one. So our opponent plays the lame way out. This is an extremely lame way, and the reason why this is a lame way is because, well, I just take here, and I'm just up 10,000 material here, and I just win the game. So my opponent didn't let me do a super cool sacrifice, so he's not very cool. I'm just going to play f2. He cannot take me because of this back rank mate, and this is why this h6 move that I said earlier is just so important, guys. Create an escape square when you can, because if you don't, well, tactics happen and then you get checkmated, kind of like in this position where he's forced to let me promote, and when he's forced to let me promote, this is game. If you guys want to learn how to play the Philidor correctly, I have a series on it right over here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.